Cancer, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Cancer Tarot love reading. In this Cancer reading today, we are going to take a behind-the-scenes peek at your romantic person of interest to find out what is going on with this person, see if there's anything your attention or your awareness might need to be brought to about them as we move through March 2024. You're going to do that by getting 5 cards to represent your person's energy, Cancer. Then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom, the unknown truth about what's really going on with this person you're romantically connected to. So let's get on with this Cancer reading for today, and let's get 5 cards for what's going on with Cancer's romantic person of interest here in March 2024. What does Cancer's attention and awareness need to be brought to? These in the right order before I lose it here. Look at all this stuff trying to come out. There's too much going on with them, it would appear. Let's get one more. What's going on with Cancer's person? Okay, we'll take it. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading, 6 of Swords. This is Aquarius energy. This is an energy of moving forward into calmer waters. It's about leaving the rough, choppy waters of the past behind, moving away from something that's been mentally or psychologically painful, moving away from that pain and moving forward into their future here. There's an implied choice that goes with this card. At this stage, something painful has already happened and there's no way to change that. The only thing that they have any control of is what happens moving forward into the future. So there is an implied choice about, do I carry the burden that this painful thing caused into my future with me so it continues to weigh me down? Or do I carry forward the lessons this painful thing taught me? That way something like that never happens to me again. So there's some implied choice about that, but this is usually about moving away from something, leaving it in the past and moving forward. I do have the Fool right after that. This is the very first card of the Major Arcana. It's the first card of the entire tarot deck, so this represents a new beginning at something. It's usually about taking that blind leap of faith on something where they don't really need to know what all the steps are before they take the first step. They don't need to know what the final end result is going to be before they take the first step. This is about just saying, screw it, I'm going to go for it, and I'm leaping off the cliff, and I'm going to worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll figure this out as I move along. I don't think that applies. So that's the gist of what it looks like this is going to talk to me about. We might have to come back to that because I'm not 100% sure if that next card is connected or not. We'll see. What actually came out in your person's energy, Cancer, 2 of Wands is their first card, 8 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, Page of Wands, 3 of Cups. This 2 of Wands is Aries energy. This is a crossroads in their life. This is a fork in the road for them. It's like some decision point, and it's a decision about which path leads me to the world that I actually want. Like, what is it that I really want from my life, and which of these 2 paths gets me there? And it's about leaving one of those paths behind and moving down the one that they think is right for them. So let's clarify this and see what's going on. It's a 2, so 2s are always choices or options or decisions of some kind. Why is this 2 of Wands first card for Cancer's person? Thank you. First card's also always the most important for a person here. So this choice they have is a big one. And that, I kind of alluded to that here with this. It's like there's an implied choice that goes with that. Do I carry the burden with me or do I carry the lesson with me? On the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. This is a physical, tangible, real-world opportunity presenting itself to your person. It's not some idea or a concept. This is like a physical thing that they can touch, a physical opportunity. This is the seed of abundance. This is the seed that has the potential to grow into the 10 of Pentacles that we all want, like maximum stability, abundance, prosperity, like combining lives together. This is the potential to get to that. It's not that in and of itself. It's just potential. It's going to require work, time, effort, and energy to get from this seed to that full-blown 10. And we're escalating energy here. We're going from the 1 of the Pentacles to the 2. This is Capricorn energy. Again, it's a 2. It's a choice. This is some sort of a choice in between these two physical things that they have, where there's two things and I can't have both of them. And I'm like weighing my options. I'm looking at the pros and the cons, and I'm going back and forth about it. It's like a 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of an energy where I haven't decided. I haven't made up my mind. It's an energy of balance, but it's more about trying to maintain your balance or get your balance back once it's been thrown off. Some sort of a decision here. Yeah, it might actually be connected with this card that I said I wasn't sure about here. I have the Queen of Wands under this. So this is usually Leo or Aries energy. It's usually like a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows what she wants and she goes after it. She doesn't really take no for an answer. Usually someone that is charming, good looking, sexy, like there's attraction toward this person here. It looks like I got a physical opportunity presenting itself to me, and now I have a choice between this person and what was here underneath this moving away from something, leaving it behind and moving forward, or taking that blind leap of faith on something new. I have the Queen of Pentacles under that, which would be like Capricorn or usually an earth sign energy. A lot of times this represents like a wife type of an energy, or like this stable, committed person that I'm building my life with. It would be that kind of an energy. Yeah, right behind that is the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning. It's a new beginning in passion and desire. That wand is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck, so it represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy. I have the Lovers right behind that, which is the Gemini Major Arcana card. This is a powerful love connection, but a long time ago, before the card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So it represents a choice either in a connection or a choice between more than one lover here. That's what it's looking like we got going on here. And I'm clarifying their first most important card, a decision point about what is it that I want. Wands are about passion, desire, drive, sexual energy. So it's some choice related to that. Like, what is it I actually want? I have this opportunity showing up, but now I have to choose between this person that I have all this attraction for, and it looks like a person that I'm already in some sort of a commitment with, or was in some sort of a commitment with. What actually came out to clarify this Two of Wands: the Devil, the Knight of Cups, and the Hanged Man. The Devil is Capricorn's major arcana card. This is usually heavy toxic energy. This is usually obsession with something, an addiction, a feeling of being trapped by something, feeling like I can't escape from it, feeling like I'm not in control of this thing. This thing has control of me and I can't break free from it. A lot of times this will be an element of someone's shadow. In other words, a piece of themselves that they don't like, and they don't want you to see it. They don't want other people to see it. Hell, most of the time they don't want to see it themselves. A lot of times people will be in denial about whatever this is. It's usually caused by some painful thing that happened to a person in their past, and then they just never properly healed from it. They didn't address the problem and heal it. They just kind of pretended like it didn't happen and ignored it and repressed it and shoved it down into the shadow of themselves and just acted like, I'm fine, everything's cool, and they move on. But this is a pain, and pain always has a message to deliver to us. And this is someone who doesn't listen to that message and they repress it. A lot of times I will see this, especially when I have some wand cards going on, like this person I have all this attraction to, this choice about what it is I desire, this passionate new beginning with the wand showing up, and possibly a choice between two people here. This is usually somebody who can't contain themselves, isn't really fully in control of themselves. There's pieces of them that are really running the show under the surface. Next clarifier for that decision point they have is this Knight of Cups. This is actions toward love and emotions, like trying to move forward with romantic offers, romantic gestures, trying to advance a cup of love, move forward in a love connection, or advance it in some way. And then we hit the Hanged Man. This is Pisces major arcana energy of progress being halted, no forward movement happening, things being stuck at a dead standstill. And a lot of times I will get this when there's someone like the Hanged Man. He hangs upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different perspective than he normally would. He's trying to look at things from a different point of view than he normally would. And he's trying to figure out, why is this stuck? How do I get it unstuck? The problem with that kind of an energy is they're almost always looking at things, and things are external to us. They're not looking internally for, why am I stuck? They're looking externally for, why am I stuck? How did you get me stuck? How did this situation get me stuck? Why did this thing that happened to me in the past get me stuck? This is always playing the blame game, essentially. It's like, it's not me that has this stuck. It's this other thing outside of me that has it stuck. I don't like that kind of an energy in this case with the devil here. This could be someone who's like obsessively stuck on like constantly trying to advance cups of love and move forward with like romantic offers and flirtatious behavior and stuff like that. Like habitually trying to get new opportunities and, juggle more than one person. It could totally be something like that here. Next card in your person's energy, Cancer, 8 of Pentacles. This is Virgo energy of work. It's about putting in the work, the time, effort, and energy on something to get what they want, or at the very least, being willing to put that work in. Why is this 8 of Pentacles here, please? Tell me a little more about that. Oh, okay, thanks. Got an extra one here. On the bottom of the deck, 2 of Cups. Another 2 here. So I've seen 3 of the 4 2s already. 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups. We just saw 2 of Pentacles a second ago. This is Cancer energy. This is a love connection between 2 people. It's I breathe you in, you breathe me in. We're connected, but it is a 2. And in tarot, 2s are about a choice. So this is usually a choice in a love connection, or a choice between 2 different cups of love here. Putting in work on something, and that gets me to this choice. Now, this could be, I've changed my mind and I want to work on this connection. It could be I did this obsessive thing that I wasn't really in control of and moved forward with a couple of, and that stuck everything between us. And now I'm here wanting to put the work in on this connection. It could also be that I have to put some work in because I have 2 cups of love to choose from. I have the 4 of Cups behind that. That's Cancer energy. This is an energy of not being fully emotionally content, not being fully emotionally happy with what I have right here in front of me. And so much that I'm daydreaming and like preoccupied by this other cup, this other thing that I believe might lead me to my happiness and my fulfillment. Now, sometimes I'll get this when a person isn't happy with what they have. The 3 of Cups can represent being united with someone. So I'm not happy being united, and when I am with you, I'm daydreaming about this other person. This could even be, okay, I screwed up here and I went with the other person and that isn't working very well. So now I want to work on trying to fix this with you. And I'm not happy because we haven't been reunited yet, and I'm daydreaming about that. I get this a lot when there's a love offer on the table between 2 people and it just hasn't been accepted. It hasn't been rejected yet. There's not been a yes or a no answer. It's just kind of been left hanging here in the air with nothing really being done about it. 3 of Cups. You can't make that up. I just explained the 3 of Cups when I was telling you this card, and here it is behind it. More Cancer energy. So I got 3 Cancer cards, the 3 Cancer minor arcana cards right back to back. Like I said, being united and celebrating. It could be being reunited and celebrating. And it could even represent a third party love scenario here, because we do have 3 cups of love in the picture. That's what's underlying this work that they're putting in here. When I clarify this 8 of Pentacles, I get the 8 of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the 3 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. 8 of Swords, this is Gemini energy of being stuck in their head about something, grinding on something, on this repeating loop in their mind, thinking it in circles, and not being sure what's the safe move to make here. And I don't want to make a mistake and do the wrong thing, and I'm feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because I don't know what to do, which is why I'm overthinking something and grinding on it. It's sitting right beside the Devil, an obsessive energy, an energy of something that's in control of them. And it looks like there's something in their mind that they can't shut down here. This is like obsessively grinding on something, obsessively overthinking something. This can be a self-imposed mental prison of their own thoughts. In other words, the way they think about something creates the situation that's worse than what it should be. Could be creating a situation that controls an aspect of their life here. Next clarifier for the Eight of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles. Knights are action takers, so this is the slowest moving knight in the deck. This is very slow forward movement, like monotonous, one drip at a time, makes you like want to pull your hair out. It's like frustrating energy. It can also represent a person who knows what they're supposed to do, but just doesn't do it for some reason. Like he's got that Ace of Pentacles in his hand, that seed of abundance. He knows he has it, he's holding it, he's looking at it. But the fields behind him are completely empty because he hasn't done the thing he knows he's supposed to. He knows he's supposed to plant the seed, and he hasn't done it yet. That's sitting right beside this Knight of Cups. This is really feeling like, yeah, I know I'm not supposed to be advancing love offers in a different direction here, but I did it any damn way. And now I'm stuck grinding in my head about it. This could even be a case where if they did something like that in the past and they're coming back trying to put work in on this to fix it, this would be like really slow progress in that. It could be like, yeah, I know I shouldn't have done that, but I did, and I don't know. This is like very, very slow, like they're almost waiting on something here. I got the Three of Wands next. This is Aries energy of waiting on something. This is like, it's the card that comes after this Two of Wands, this decision that they have that's their most important energy. Like, what is it that I want and which path gets me there? Well, in the Three of Wands, they've already made that decision. I already know what it is I want. I've already started taking steps down that path. I've already started taking action trying to create the thing that I want. This is the beginning stages of manifesting something. And I've already started putting the work in on it, taking steps this way. And I fully expect that this thing I want is going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet. So I'm kind of like waiting on it to materialize here. But that's with this really, really slow moving energy. I get this a lot when someone wants something like right now, but they're not getting it right now. It's like such a slow moving thing that it seems like nothing's happening and they're stuck waiting on it. And that waiting energy is sitting right beside the Hanged Man. So they're stuck in something here. I don't know if they're waiting on you to be able to put work in on this, or if they're waiting on this other person to be able to move forward toward them, and things are stuck right now. But I got the Nine of Swords as the final clarifier here, Gemini energy. We're escalating from the Eight of Swords to the Nine here, so it's getting worse in that mental energy. This is mental anguish. This is fear, worry, anxiety. This is thinking about something so much. Like, it's like being in that Eight of Swords, but worse, because here they're thinking about something over and over again with all this fear and worry behind their thinking. And that creates a situation that they don't want to face. This is like, it's so much mental worry that it manifests itself physically in their body as stress or sleepless nights, or I can't concentrate on what I'm doing. I can't fall asleep and stay asleep. I'm having nightmares. Who in the world is calling me now? Good grief. My phone won't shut up today. But this is them being fearful and worried, probably related to something that they're waiting on that the movement seems really slow on. Central to your person's energy is the Ace of Swords. This is the sword of truth, the sword of victory, the sword of clarity. It's also the sword you make a decision with. I see this decision here as their first card. Still have the Two of Cups on the bottom. We've seen the Two of Pentacles. There's decision for them all over the place, and apparently they're stuck in their head and not making progress on something with that. This is the sword you decide with. Like the word decision, the Latin word it comes from, literally means to cut off. It's to cut off the other options until there is no other option. And now I have a clear choice that's been made here. Can even be the sword you use to sever a relationship, to cut someone out of your life. Why is this Ace of Swords the central energy for Cancer's romantic person of interest? Thank you. Making me dig for him here. But let's see. Oh, we got it. On the bottom of the deck, Strength. This is the Leo Major Arcana card. This is a card about having internal strength, but every time I see this, it's usually a case of like a person is going through a very difficult situation and it's requiring them to dig down deep inside themselves to tap into all their internal strength just to make it through this situation. It can sometimes also represent a person who's trying to tame this beast inside themselves. Like they got these impulses and urges and things that are compelling them to do things that they're not really in control of. This can be a person trying to resist that piece of themselves and trying to contain themselves and hold themselves back and not let themselves go do something stupid that would be a mistake. Usually, though, when people are struggling against a piece of themselves like that, it's almost purely willpower related, and we're humans. Like, eventually we run out of willpower, and then the lion overpowers us and it does its thing. Queen of Pentacles, they're trying to rein themselves in from someone here. I saw that Queen of Pentacles, and I wasn't sure if it was connected. It's 3 cards deep in the overall energy. Like I said, this is Capricorn energy. It's usually like wife or mother type energy, or like this person that I'm building my life around. The Lovers. You can't make this up, because right behind that Queen of Pentacles in this deck, I had the Ace of Wands, a passionate new beginning, and the Lovers. Like this choice in this connection, a decision in this connection, or a choice between more than one person here. I've seen the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles in this deck now too. And we're clarifying the Ace of Swords, a card about a decision being made and them making it. To clarify that, I got the Chariot, which is the Cancer Major Arcana card, the King of Cups, and the Six of Wands. The Chariot is Cancer's Major Arcana energy. It's the fastest moving energy in the deck. This is like rocket launcher type fast most of the time. I say most of the time because there is an issue with alignment presented in this card. The driver doesn't have reins to connect him to this chariot. So he uses sheer will alone to steer this thing, to power it, to control it. And you can see there's the dark side over here and the light side over here. That represents like the shadow side and the positive side of a human. And if those two parts of themselves aren't in alignment, if they're not both pulling in the same direction, this thing can be every bit as stuck as this Hanged Man we've already seen, and it doesn't go anywhere. Or worse yet, if it does move forward and the dark side pulls this way and the light side pulls a different way, it can tear itself in half as it tries to move forward. So there is some sort of a will to get past like problems, obstacles, like things that are in their way, to get past all of that just through sheer will alone. I can see what's clearly in their way. They got this toxic devil piece of themselves that needs addressed and fixed, and they're stuck in their head about something and not able to move forward because they don't know what to do. They're definitely got a misalignment going on, but this is that will to overcome here. And at the same time, like there's a piece of themselves that they're trying to rein in and hold back, and something is probably very difficult for them. Next clarifier for that Ace of Swords is the King of Cups. This is usually Pisces or Scorpio energy. This is a decision-making energy, and it's a person that when they make decisions, they consult their emotions, they consult their intuition when they decide things. It's also a person that probably has a lot of love and emotions for you, and they probably don't express it very well. Like, this is not a person who wears their heart on their sleeve. This is not someone who publicly broadcasts how they feel about things, good or bad. Like, this could be a person that loves you and you have no idea because they don't express that. It could be a person that's going through emotional turmoil and you also have no idea because they don't express that either, and it's not really easy to tell with them. We're definitely advancing here in this row, though. We're starting with the Knight of Cups and we're progressing up to the King of Cups, but that's like very slow progress here. Final clarifier for the Ace of Swords is the Six of Wands. This is Leo energy of recognition. So this is either your person getting recognized for something, or much more likely them coming to some sort of a recognition themselves. Whatever it is that they recognize, though, either allows or causes forward movement to happen. I've got the Chariot here and this card, and 2 Knights that we just looked at, and the Six of Swords right here. All cards of forward movement for this person. The only thing I have here that doesn't have anything to go with it in the row is this 9 of Swords. I've got a gap here. This fear, worry, anxiety, thinking about it with worry to the point that it stresses them out, and then another gap here. So there's something going on around this person, and it's not feeling good. Next card for them is the Page of Wands. Pages are messengers, so this would be news and messages and communications about passion and desire. So like passionate messages being exchanged, messages where this person is expressing what it is that they desire, possibly expressing like sexual desire. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool that we saw before. It's a toned down version of that, though. It's not someone who's just going to throw caution to the wind and say, screw it, I'm going for it. This is someone who has the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something they have passion and desire for. And again, we're starting off with that choice about which path leads me to what I desire. And this is the person that has the willingness to take the step down the new path. So wherever they were before is not what they're going with. They're leaving the thing they had before behind and starting this new thing here. I don't know yet if we're talking about starting a new thing with like a Capricorn or a feminine earth sign or some wife type of an energy, or if that is representing your energy and they're choosing to walk away from you to start this new thing. Not 100% sure yet. You're probably going to have to take that piece however it resonates with you, because it might be one way for you and the opposite way for the very next Cancer that shows up to watch this. But let's clarify this Page of Wands. Tell me more about that, please. Why is that here for Cancer's person? On the bottom of the deck, the Fool. We just referenced that. This is a toned down version of the Fool, but when I clarify it and get the Fool on the bottom, so this is someone, who's probably communicating about what they want and having the willingness to take the first steps. The next thing, to me, the first step is like talking that way to somebody, expressing what you want. The next step is like, okay, let's do it. Let's move this forward here. Let's take some action on this. Okay. Queen of Swords right behind that. This is Libra energy. I call her she who knows the truth. She's very smart. She knows what's going on around her. Her eyes are open. Her ears are open. She knows what's going on. She's also a very fair person, which is why she holds her hand out like this. She's offering someone the chance to speak their truth. Problem is, she already knows the truth. So the truth you speak to her better match the truth she already knows, or she uses that sword to cut your head off. I've got that sword central to their energy here, and them having some willingness to overcome some problem or challenge. This usually, I get this when there's a conversation and some truth gets spoken and then the relationship gets severed. That's what this is looking like. Sometimes this Fool energy can represent foolish behavior or taking unnecessary risks, or even taking risks outside of the connection here. And then there's some understanding of that truth and cutting something off. But then I have the Two of Swords right behind that. So now I've officially seen every one of the twos in the deck, except the High Priestess. That's the only one I haven't seen, the Major Arcana 2. All the Minor Arcana 2s are choices. This is Libra energy of a decision that needs to be made, only it hasn't been made yet. Person on the card's blindfolded, and sometimes that can represent that they just don't have enough information yet in order to be able to decide, which is why they haven't made the decision. Doesn't feel like that with this person. Sometimes that blindfold are blinders that a person has on, and there's something that they know is there, and they just don't want that to be there. They don't want to see that. They don't want that to be true. So they leave the blinders on purpose because they're in denial about something. And they're basically choosing not to choose, which is still a choice. Got the Six of Cups right behind that, which is Scorpio energy of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be. It can represent a deep emotional connection between the two of you, one that has some history to it. It can even represent something or someone from their past trying to make another lap through, trying to make a comeback of some kind. Yeah, that's what's going on. Three of Cups right behind that. I'm getting ahead of myself. But the last card for your person that we're going to clarify next is also that same Three of Cups. It's the universe just beating me over the head. Like, dude, I'm telling you, they got another person that they're trying to choose between. They had the willingness to take the first steps in that direction, and then they probably went too far with it and got themselves cut off. And now there's still some choice, probably with an element to it that they're in denial about. I think someone that they already have a history with has come back in. This is that third cup of love showing up in the picture here. Now, I do want to clarify that because this is a card of the past and it can represent someone from the past making a comeback, that does not always mean that this would be a person that they used to be with before you. It doesn't mean like ex-girlfriend, ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, ex-wife. It doesn't necessarily mean that. It can just represent a person that's not a brand new person. It's a person that they have known for a period of time, that there's some history with them. I've got the card of work out here. So just as an example, it could be a person that they work with and, you know, they've known them for a period of time because they work with them. It could be something like that. But we're clarifying a card about taking the first steps down a brand new path towards something there's passion and desire for. The first clarifier is that Four of Cups again, Cancer energy of not being fully happy, not being fully content with what I have in front of me, and I keep daydreaming about this other cup that I think would make me happy. Sitting right beside the Chariot, so it's like, okay, I'm going to overcome this and I'm going to move forward very, very quickly. Six of Swords, which is the overall energy of the whole reading, Aquarius energy of moving forward into calmer waters. It's leaving something in the past where it belongs and moving forward into their future towards something that they want. I think that this King of Cups in the center of their energy is throwing me off a little bit, because like that would mean I still have emotions for you even though I'm going a different direction, which I guess is not unheard of. Next clarifier, Seven of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. This is a period of time where they're pausing to reflect and take stock of the connection with you, take stock of this whole situation that they're finding themselves in. And what they're doing is taking a look at the seeds that have been planted here, and they're trying to decide, is this ever going to turn into what I really want or not? Is this worth me putting in all my work and all my time, effort, and energy into this? Or is this a spot where maybe it's not going to pan out the way I want it to, and maybe I should just cut my losses and move on? So this would be that period of time where they're contemplating something like that. It looks like in that period of time, there is some sort of a recognition that they come to, something that they recognize. This entire row here, Hanged Man, things aren't moving. The Three of Wands, I'm waiting on something. Oh, now there's this forward movement happening, but then here I am waiting on something again. This is either spending a period of time to contemplate something, or it's a period of time where the seeds have already been planted on something, and I'm waiting on that to fully mature and develop so I can harvest it and do something with the thing that I've planted seeds on. So there's three energies right here of like period of time, like waiting, things not moving. Right above that waiting card is that Knight of Pentacles. That's like very slow movement, takes forever to happen. I don't know if that's trying to tell me that this person had been contemplating taking this action that they took for a considerable period of time, and then they just finally decided to do it. Could be that something was going on behind the scenes for a period of time, and it either just they're still waiting on it. It's probably just now coming out because we got this 10 of Swords next. So I've seen the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, now the 10 of Swords, all three Gemini minor arcana cards. All three like painful energies here. This is an ending to something. It's a swift, painful ending. Sometimes it's an ending in betrayal, which is why the swords are in this person's back. Sometimes it's just an ending that they didn't see coming, which is why the swords are in their back. If they would have seen it coming, they'd be in their front. And again, with this bottom row, the only two cards that I have are the 9 and the 10 of Swords, escalating like mental, psychological pain type energy here. Excuse me. Final card for your person, Cancer, is that 3 of Cups, Cancer energy. This can either be being united or reunited and celebrating, or this could be 3 cups of love in the picture here. So tell me more about this 3 of cups, please. Why is this the final card? Answers person. On the bottom of the deck, the Lovers. We already saw this about 5 cards deep in the overall energy. There's this like wife, mother type of an energy, passionate new beginning, choice between more than one lover. Here we are with the choice between more than one lover. This is the 3rd cup of love that we're talking about here. They have someone else that they have to choose, you or them. And as many times as I've seen this 4 of cups, that could be a person who's got the bright, shiny new toy syndrome, where there's this new thing and I can't quit thinking about it because I want it and I'm suddenly not happy with what I have and I want this other thing. And then when I get it, probably not going to be happy very long with that either until there's another new thing that I want, especially with the Devil out here in that same row. This could be a person who's never fully happy with what they have in front of them. And there's always something else that they want instead. The Lovers right behind that is the 10 of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is that happily ever after. Like, this is everyone's goal in terms of love and relationships. That happy fairy tale ending, happy fairy tale romance that we all dream about. The negative piece of that card is that fairy tale component, though, because we all want this so badly that we'll lie to ourselves, we'll delude ourselves, we'll sweep shit under the rug that we shouldn't, we'll ignore red flags that are right there in our face because we want this to be true so bad that if any of that other crap is true, this can't be true. So we ignore all of that and we delude ourselves and lie to ourselves because we want this. It gets a lot of people in a lot of trouble. Especially, again, when I have the Devil out here already. Like, that's... The Devil doesn't go with these 2 cards. The Devil is like, it's a masquerade. It's a trick. It's a deception. It's like... It's making it look like this is what they have, when in reality, it's something different, which is why they have strength behind it. It's like... They're trying to rein themselves in from this, but this is also a very difficult thing for them to go through because this person doesn't seem like what they have is ever actually real. Queen of Pentacles. There's that wife energy again. I keep seeing that same thing over and over again. This could even be a case of where somebody did something and ran off with the Queen of Wands and did some passion, desire, sexual energy thing, and now they're all worried about it and want to put the work in on it and try to come back and overcome this severing and, oh, I love you, and now I've recognized what I want, and I wasn't happy, and now I'm trying to leave that behind, and there's still an ending here. There's no way to get past that ending. I think you cut them off is what it's looking like to me. It's this 3 of Cups, when I clarify that, got an extra card again. I got the Tower. Oh, hey. This jumps on top of the Tower. 9 of Cups. 7 of Cups. 5 of Cups. So, look, we're going backwards here in Cups. 9, 7, 5. We're not just going backwards. We're going backwards fast because we're skipping numbers on the way backwards here. This Tower is the collapse of something important in your person's life. A lot of times, this will be the collapse of a relationship or the collapse of a belief system, like this mental model of the world they're operating from. The way they believe things are turns out not to be true, and everything that they thought was real is shatters all around them. Especially when I'm seeing cards about this powerful love connection and this perfect happily ever after fairy tale romance that's got the Devil out here already. This could be the collapse of that whole belief system, and now they're going through this difficult situation because they did let the lion loose and make a mistake, and maybe this is them trying to come back to you. Maybe this is simultaneously talking to me about, yes, we had a 3rd cup of love brought into this scenario and that collapsed everything. And now that has changed their life so dramatically. It could also be that they want to be reunited with you and they're not happy without you. It could be that. That could be why I've got the severing here where you cut them off and them trying to overcome that. It could totally be that. Next, we have Nine of Cups, which is Pisces energy. It's a step backwards from that Ten of Cups we just saw. That's about being combined together emotionally and pouring yourselves into each other and being fully happy and fully content and fully in love with each other. This is a step backwards from that. This is about their personal happiness and their personal wish fulfillment, what makes them as an individual happy and content. A lot of times I'll get this and it will be like a smug type of an energy where this is a person that's all about me, myself, and I, and what's important to my happiness is more important than your happiness, and like what's best for me is more important than what's best for us. There could also be like this idea of third cup coming in, and now there's been an ending between us, and maybe I'm trying to get you back because this has all changed what my personal happiness is, and my belief about what makes me happy has collapsed, and now I'm into this Seven of Cups energy, which is Scorpio energy of options and choices, but confusion about those options and choices. There's a lot of different cups here. There's a lot of emotions involved here. There's a lot of different things I could choose to do, a lot of different ways this situation could play itself out, and I don't want to make a mistake and pick the wrong option here, so I'm confused about what to do. Now, this can go far, especially if you got the devil out here in their first column of cards. Like, this can represent an addiction. This can represent someone who has a problem with being intoxicated. The clouds of smoke can represent I'm intoxicated and I have clouded judgment about what to do here, which is why I get confused. The Nine of Cups itself can also represent a person who is self-indulgent or overly self-indulgent. A lot of times this can represent having an alcohol or drinking problem. This can represent the same thing. So out of every card that would make me think your person might have something like that going on, I've got them here. The only other card that might indicate something like that could be the Three of Cups, and we've seen it in the other deck, the clarifying deck here, a couple of times, and that's actually the card I'm clarifying right now. So again, take this part as it resonates. I'm not tapping into your specific energy or even your person's specific energy. I'm doing a collective reading here, so there could be a lot of bleed in from other Cancer people and their person showing up in here. So somebody out here is dealing with a person that's got an addiction problem for sure. But this is them being confused about what to do. Even after they recognize something and go through this period of time of contemplating, they're still confused about what to do, which again is leading me to believe that they're probably stuck in some sort of addictive behavior. The devil and the hanged man in the same column. It's like, yeah, not feeling it. Five of Cups is their final clarifier here. More Scorpio energy. This is sadness and remorse about the past. It's like being focused on these three cups that have been spilled. Clarifying three cups and the being united, and here that's been spilled and knocked over. Could even be got spilled and knocked over because there were three cups in this. There are still two upright cups in the background, which is the Two of Cups. We already saw that at some point in this reading, the love connection. There's still a connection in the background for them, whether that means a connection with you or if they're still having this other person, a connection with them in the background. Either way, that's not really got their focus right now. Where their focus is now is on the loss of something. This is a card that's really about whatever a person focuses on will literally dictate to them what emotions they feel. So here, if they're focused on the past, they're going to feel what they felt in the past. If they focus on something that they've lost, they're going to feel that loss. If they focus on something that's missing in their life, they're going to feel that gap in their life. So this is about them needing to control their focus, potentially having regrets and remorse and negative emotional feelings about something that they did. And again, like this whole bottom row is the only row that's incomplete. I have a gap. I have all this fear, worry, anxiety, and stress and not wanting to face the situation that I'm in. I have another gap and then an ending, like swift, painful ending. This could be a case of somebody that didn't expect to get caught and they got caught, and And they didn't plan for it to go down like this, and now they're all sad and remorseful because they want to get this back, and maybe they didn't even realize what they had until it was gone. It could be something like that, but I can't shake the feeling that this person's got some internal issues that they really should be focused on, and it's issues that you can't fix for them. They have to go in and find this and fix it. But the problem with that kind of an energy is most of the time the person is going to be in denial about it. Like, you can clearly see what issue they have, but they probably are like, no, I don't have that problem. No, it's not me. So you can't make them fix this. You can't make them do the work. You also can't even make them accept the fact that this is there inside of them and that anything even needs to be done to address it. So it's going to be really hard to get this person to play fair and do what they need to do, which is probably why we see them doing stuff that they shouldn't have done. Now, if you still have questions about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Cancer love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.